Welcome to CBT News Saturday Morning Sales Meeting, brought to you by Allstate Dealer Services. Visit us today at allstatedealerservices.com. And here now, Tim Kintz.
Hi, I'm Tim Kintz, president of the Kintz Group, and we are the new pulse of training in the automotive industry. And wouldn't you guys agree that if you want to become a great closer, we need to become great at getting the customer excited, raising their level of enthusiasm when they come out to buy a car? Because, you think about a customer when they walk on the lot. You basically have two things. You have the enthusiasm part of the sale, the excitement part of the sale, and you have the logical part of the sale. But when a customer first walks on our lot, where's their excitement level? Where's their enthusiasm at? Is it low or is it high? Yeah, isn't it high? Aren't they excited about getting a brand new vehicle? And when they first walk on the lot, they're excited. So what's my goal with that customer when they walk on the lot? Is it to raise or lower their level of excitement? Yeah, I want to raise their enthusiasm. I want to raise their excitement. My whole goal is to keep raising that level up. I go out, I greet them professionally, I start building that rapport, finding common ground, have an ongoing conversation with that customer, do that high-impact presentation demonstration. Their emotions and their excitement keep going up. It's the emotions that I'm trying to get going with that customer. And then when we come back from the demo and now it's time to close the sale, it's quadrant 3 and I need to get a commitment out of that customer. I say, I tell you what, you guys are going to love your new car. Let's go inside and wrap it up. They're still pretty emotional. The end of the demo, we all know the highest emotional point of the sale is the end of the demo. But now once we sit down and start negotiating, we get to quadrant 4, the negotiation, the win-win transaction. Now what happens? Now are they emotional or are they logical at this point? Yeah, aren't they logical? Now I'm forcing them to talk about their budget. We're talking about payments and down payment and their trade values and having to justify my numbers. But the negotiation is the logical part of the sale. But if I did a good job early on in quadrant 1, making friends, finding out hot buttons, quadrant 2, the high impact presentation demonstration, I got their emotions up. I got their enthusiasm, their excitement level up. So now when I'm sitting down negotiating, I have a win-win negotiation. And then at delivery, what happens to their emotion again? Doesn't their excitement go up again? Don't they become very emotional again? That's ideal. And you think about us as salespeople, where's our emotion level throughout the entire sales process? Aren't we always emotional? Aren't we always excited that we have a customer? We're progressing them through the sales process. And if you look at it, if you think about it, the biggest gap is in that negotiation. When the customer's logical, we're emotional. If you're not careful, that's when you lose car deals, because we care more about them buying a car than they care about them buying a car. No, you have to make sure you keep your emotions in check when you're negotiating. It's the old saying, whoever cares least about a deal wins in the negotiation. At least whoever appears to care least about the deal wins, meaning that we need to get that customer to want to buy our car more than we want to sell it to them. At least that's what they think at that point. But that's our ideal process when the customer walks on the lot, the emotions versus the logics. Now, what can mess up the entire deal? Well, I'll tell you what can mess up the entire emotions chart is bringing up price early on in a sale. Customer comes on a lot, you greet them, and we think we're doing the right thing, but we leak into that price conversation. We start asking them, what do y'all have budgeted? How much y'all looking to spend a month? How much down do you have? What are you guys hoping to get for your trade? You been shopping on the internet at all? And we start bringing up all these questions, right? The customer's emotional. They're excited. Now what am I forcing that customer to do? Aren't I forcing that customer to become logical? So now that customer becomes logical, and we find out their budget, or at least what they tell us their budget is. So now what do I need to do once I get them on a car? Don't I have to get them excited again? Don't I have to get their emotion level back up? And you know what? Their emotion never gets as high as it should be. It never gets back to the level if I didn't bring up price. So now, after the demo, now I have to sit down and do a negotiation again. So now the customer becomes logical again. And at delivery, that customer's never as happy as the person that we kept their excitement and their emotions as high as we could, as long as we could, and we didn't bring up price. But the number one tip I'll give you, if you want to close more sales and keep the customer emotional and excited about buying that vehicle as long as possible, don't talk price when you're on the lot. Do not leak into that price conversation with the customer. Will it come up? Absolutely. Then you bypass it. You just set it aside. But my goal with the customer is to keep their emotions as high as I can, as long as I can, and then when I sit down and negotiate, that's when they become logical. So now what do I need to do? I need to become logical too. My job's to justify why we're asking what we're asking. I need to give them logical reasons why the numbers are what the numbers are, and if I do a good job there at delivery, that's when the customer's excited. That's when they're emotional. That's when you get great CSI, and we all know, who do you make the most amount of money on? Who's the happiest customers? The one you make the most amount of money on, right? So do a better job. Understand the customers are emotional. Keep their emotions as high as you can, as long as you can, and I promise you're going to close more sales, your negotiation's going to go smoother, and you're going to have better CSI.
CBT News Saturday Morning Sales Meeting. Brought to you by Allstate Dealer Services. Visit us today at allstatedealerservices.com.